The 5-year strategy aims to ensure minimal job losses, improve employment equity, and ensure that workers are treated fairly. The CCMA says an increase in the number of cases relating to a minimum wage of 20 rand per hour and pay dispute has drained its resources, but says it has managed to save the jobs of 35% of workers who are facing retrenchment.
We've set ourselves a target and said 35% of those facing retrenchment must be saved. And we've achieved more than that. And for us, it's a direct contribution to employment. And it's a direct contribution to a circumstance that excludes poverty. We want to increase that. We understand every week we get referrals of institutions asking to retrench. It's painful, but we've prioritized that to achieve labor market stability. You can't achieve stability with high unemployment rate.
The CCMA says the 1 billion rand yearly budget allocation is simply not enough to meet the requirements of its strategy, and says they've had to cut a number of programs due to budget constraints.
The reduction in the budget has cost us dearly. And if you look at the numbers, they're going exactly the opposite direction. They are increasing at a very alarming number. We are worried, and as the director, I'm worried on how we are going to cope with that, because it is really high. And we have to make a serious intervention somehow. We've knocked at every door, and our parent Department of Employment and Labour knows, Parliament knows, Treasury knows that the CCMA is bleeding.
The CCMA says lack of sufficient funding is making it difficult for them to efficiently defend some of the cases that are taken for review at the Labour Court, and that this is also impacting on the ability to enforce cases that have been completed. Naledi Matlapeng, SABC News, Johannesburg.